Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning for March 11, 2024, Principal of Taki High, Errol Basco, charged with burglary. Principal of Taki High School in St. Mary, Errol Basco, has been charged with burglary, the police announced Sunday evening. He resigned as the People's National Party's provisional candidate for the St. Mary Western constituency on Friday because of scurrilous and malicious allegations. I am innocent of this false accusation, and I am confident that the truth will prevail in due course, Basco said in a letter dated March 8 to party president Mark Golding. Basco, 56, from Gill Spring in Gill in the parish, was charged following an incident at his home on February 29, the police statement said. According to reports from the Port Maria Police, about 11 p.m., the complainant visited a friend who was staying at Basco's premises. Basco returned and reportedly spoke briefly to the complainant before he sexually assaulted him. A report was made to the police, who commenced an investigation. Basco was subsequently arrested and charged. He is scheduled to appear before the St. Mary Parish Court on Thursday. In his resignation letter, Basco said he decided to walk away, recognizing the impact on the party's reputation and his need to dispute the accusations. This decision will also allow me to dedicate my full attention to addressing this matter and declaring my good name, he said. Generation 2000, the young professional arm of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, has called for Basco to step down as a principal of Taki High. 4 nursing gunshot and stab and chop wounds in St. Andrew. 4 people, including a businessman, were left nursing serious gunshot or machete injuries sustained in separate incidents in St. Andrew over the weekend. Some residents are now living in fear as one of the attacks appears to stem from a long-standing feud. Reports are that sometime Saturday night, gunmen posing as customers entered a food establishment along Parks Road in St. Andrew and opened gunfire, hitting the joint owner of the entity while he was in the process of serving an order. Another man who the news gathered is from Barnet Retirement, another section of the community, was also shot and injured. A resident told the news, "Them pull up and order food, and when him start serve, them just start shoot him up. Up to Sunday they removed some of the bullet fragments, and he will probably have surgery to get the others out. We are praying for the best." The residents said there has been a spate of shootings in and around the sections of the Parks Road community. Yes, people in fear because you don't know the minute nor the hour. The gun's in the hands of the wrong people. You don't have to do nobody nothing and get caught up in the foolishness, the resident said. The news understands that both injured men were rushed to separate hospitals. Up to press time, one was said to be stable while the other was critical. The Parks Road community has been going through a turbulent gang war stretching as far back as the 3 years, police sources told the news. This has resulted in deaths and several persons escaping with only minor to serious injuries that may affect them for a long time. In the earlier incident, still on Saturday, the police are probing a double case of assault, occasioning grievous bodily harm after 2 men seriously wounded each other during a dispute. The incident has left the district of Mount Airy on edge. Reports are that sometime Saturday afternoon, the men had an argument and the sharp instruments were brought into play. This reportedly resulted in one of the men suffering from a chop wound to the head and the other a stab wound to the upper body. The police were summoned and had to cordon the roadway, and the scene of crime detectives began to comb the restricted areas for clues. The scene was bloody. A resident told the news that one of the men was found with his head almost severed, and the other was found some meters away, bleeding profusely. Both were transported to the hospital, where they remained up to late yesterday evening. This only gonna leave tension in the place, because I don't too follow it up because it don't respond to me. I just try to stay clear of the tension. We only hear them stab and chop up each other, but nobody seems to know what the dispute is about, a farmer from the community said. Up to March 2, the Jamaica Constabulary Force said the St. Andrew North Division, where both the incidents took place, had recorded a 25% decline in shootings year on year. There were 6 reported incidents when compared to 8 for the similar period last year. For the corresponding period in 2023, there were 4 reports of injured persons compared to 5 so far this year. Murders in the division have seen a 20% increase, with 6 so far this year compared to 5 for the same period last year. Amputee recounts escape from blaze as a relative dies in arson attack. 64-year-old amputee Lloyd Raymond painted a grim picture of his relentless efforts to escape a fire that gutted his home and killed his relative in Tollgate, Clarendon on Sunday. From the hurdles of navigating his wheelchair through the thick smoke that blanketed the 4-bedroom dwelling to a locked grill that compounded the difficulty of his escape, Raymond said it was a traumatizing ordeal. "Me have one leg, but me did have to come out. Me did have to jump out. It did stick in at the house with the wheelchair, but me have to find a way to come out. And all the front grill lock. My mattress a burn up, so all me coulda do a try save myself," shared a distressed Raymond. Raymond's 65-year-old relative, Roy Thompson, who also occupied the house, perished in the blaze while trying to retrieve his belongings. Investigators believe the incident was caused by arsonists. Police reports are that about 2 a.m. on Sunday, the occupants heard a crashing sound in a section of the house. Checks revealed that the sound came from a Molotov cocktail, which immediately engulfed a section of the house. Both men reportedly escaped the roaring blaze, but Thompson went back inside the burning house in an effort to retrieve some items when a section of the building collapsed on him. The police and the fire team were summoned to the scene, and Thompson's partially burnt body was retrieved from the rubble. Raymond said he was awakened by the rat of a burning mattress beneath his skin. "At the fire wake me. At the mattress where me sleep and me see a blaze. Me never get no sleep. So in the morning me say me go get a nap, and when me look, a buckle bomb me see fling inside," recounted Raymond. Raymond emphasized that he was not cognizant of the cause of the attack, stressing, "Me and nobody have no problem. Man just come and fling bomb through the window and burn the house down and kill the man in there. And me and nobody have no problem." He ruled over Thompson's decision to return to the blazing house, adding that the now deceased man had even come to his room to alert him of the fire. The news understands that Thompson had left the premises and went to seek his son's assistance in removing his spouse's car from the yard before returning to the house where he met his tragic demise. "Him come outside with me cause of him pull the grill. When me see him go back in the house, I'll know me can't believe," said Raymond. Raymond is also hoping Prime Minister Andrew Holness will hear of his plight and render assistance. "Only thing me can do a beg, whether Prime Minister or anyone, cause right now I don't have nowhere to live. Me need some assistance here now. Everything burn up, nothing no leave," a grief-stricken Raymond told the journalist at the scene. Community pastor and the Justice of the Peace, Ulrika Edwards, expressed sadness over the incident and Thompson's death. "He's a gentleman that everybody in the community loves, and he always has a smell or something kind to say to somebody. I am confused as to why anyone would want to hurt him or his family," said Edwards, adding, "We pray whoever did this cruel act will be found and dealt with." A friend of Thompson, who gave his name as a Popsy, bemoaned the tragic disruption in their usual Sunday routine. "Pan Sunday him cook and call me for come for dinner. I'm a real friend. The community lose a real friend. We always a drink together," said Popsy, adding that unbeknownst to him, he and Thompson had their last drink together on Saturday night. In January, a 60-year-old disabled man also died in a house fire in the neighboring Yorktown community. Little London residents block road in protest over teen boys' deaths. Residents in Little London, Westmoreland have mounted a roadblock in protest of the 2 teens who were allegedly killed during a police chase on Friday night. The news understands that trees, burnt tires, old appliances and other debris have been used to block the road meters away from the Little London police station. The main thoroughfare from Savannah Lamar to Negril was impassable. Reports are that 19-year-old Javian Black and 14-year-old Tyreek Smith were on their way to the shop on a motorcycle when they were allegedly chased by a service vehicle. It is alleged that during the chase, they were hit from the motorcycle. The teens were reportedly rushed to the hospital by the police, where they were pronounced dead. Bank taxi operator, third murder victim within 24 hours in Westmoreland. A bank taxi operator is reported to be the third person to be shot and killed in Greenhill, Westmoreland in less than 24 hours. He was reportedly shot by unknown assailants while riding his motorcycle on a section of the Geneva Main Road on Saturday night. The deceased has been identified as 37-year-old Ricardo Green, otherwise called Ricky. Reports from the police are that Green was riding his red Suzuki Access motorcycle on the roadway, and upon entering Geneva, several loud explosions were heard. The police said Green reportedly lost control of his motorcycle and crashed on a section of the roadway. The police were alerted, and upon their arrival, Green was discovered lying on his back beside his motorcycle with what appeared to be multiple gunshot wounds to his upper body. He was transported to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital by the police, where he was pronounced dead. The news understands that Green's murder took place at 8 p.m. Shortly after Green's killing, gunmen reportedly shot and killed 49-year-old carpenter Anthony Smith in the same community of Geneva. Reports are that Smith, who had parked his bike on a section of the Geneva Main Road, was killed in the community some 15 minutes after the bike taxi operator's murder. Meanwhile, it is reported that a third person was shot and killed at his house in Crowder, Grange Hill after 3 p.m. on Saturday. He has been identified as 22-year-old Anthony Mackenzie, also called Bad Bad. It is not clear whether the incidents are related. Investigations are ongoing, the police said. Security guard collared in break-in at a workplace. A Westmoreland security guard has been charged with a storeroom break-in and 5 counts of larceny after items went missing from the business place at which he was working. The incident happened at a business establishment on Smithfield Main Road, Savannah Lamar on February 4. Charged is 20-year-old Siobhan Sabaran, otherwise called Sean, of Mango Hall District, Little London in the parish. Reports from the Savannah Lamar police are that about 11:37 p.m., Sabaran was working at the establishment when he gained access to the storeroom and allegedly stole a quantity of alcoholic beverages. The complainant recognized that some of her goods were missing and checked her camera footage, which reportedly showed Sabaran as the suspect. A month later, on March 5, Sabaran was arrested. He was taken to his home where the goods were reportedly discovered. He is now awaiting a court date.